welcome to your August tarot reading. Let's see what may be on the cards for you for the month of August, Leo. I have the 9 card block here which describes your situation. We have got lead tarot energies and oracles on both sides of the reading. Generally, the left-hand side for me is kind of where you've come from, what's created the situation where you find yourself now. The right-hand side is where you're headed, what you may need to be, do, or embody to successfully navigate through your situation. So yeah, we got a big old tower here. We absolutely do, Leo. Things are coming to a head. There is an intense climax coming, but look where you end up, that beautiful 10 of Cups. Hey there, Magic One. Just before we get into your tarot reading, I wanted to jump in super quick, I promise, just with a few announcements for you. Should you want to arrange a personal reading or healing for yourself, you can do so at any time by either clicking the link to my website down below or visiting wildlotustarot.com. I do have a new little offering which I think is kind of cute. It's actually the most affordable way to get guidance from me, and in that reading I draw you a single tarot card from the beautiful Star Child Tarot and write you a handwritten letter about my interpretation of that card for you, and I post it to your letterbox. You can now show your support by becoming a member of my channel. If you head to my channel page and click the join button, there's a video there where I describe in detail what I'm offering for my 2 different levels of membership. Don't forget, the doors are always open to the initiation. That is my immersive Learn Tarot journey. You can sign up at any time and receive lifetime access to all of the learning materials, videos, online learning modules, practices, and in that course I am teaching my signature process to learn how to read tarot, not just from the head but from the heart, and go beyond the traditional card meanings, and how to put it all together and thread it into a story as well. So that's available at any time. I'll also link that down below for you. You can find me on Instagram if you'd like to stay connected and hear a little bit more about me. You can find the link down below, or you can find me at wild_lotus_tarot. I would love to have you over there with me as well. Till next time, sending you so much love and magic. Let's get on with your reading. Okay, well, let's jump in, Leo. Look, I think that there is a loss looming here, but I also feel that you see this coming, okay? I feel like it's not news for you, but you have been attempting to mitigate it. I think you have been holding on, right? That 4 of Pentacles, holding on for dear life. I think you've really been, reflecting quite deeply as to how things might have gotten to this point, but it feels like we are on an inevitable trajectory here, meaning this is meant to complete, and sometimes we just have to surrender and let go. So that's what I see here now. This could be playing out in in love, in your relationship. This could be playing out in your job, career. We do have the 8 of Pentacles at the center of the reading. I'm reading the pattern, but it might be in different life areas for you, so please apply it to your situation. So we have the Hermit here, and the Hermit really is an energy of going within to try and figure out what the next steps are. It can also be a feeling of sort of finding yourself lost in a situation, okay? It's like lost or alienated or lonely in a situation. It might be, well, I can kind of feel this is slipping away from me, or that things aren't really going that well, but I'm at a loss as to how to fix it. That's the word that's coming through. You might have been trying to fix it, or how to move forward. So you might have disconnected. You might have gone within a little bit. You might be reflecting and seeking your own advice and a counsel as to how to navigate through it. So that's what I feel is the energy that you're in. It's the Hermit can also be maybe going inwards and turning a little bit of a blind eye, or not wanting to see. But yeah, it's definitely that Tower is going to really bring this to the forefront. The 4 of Pentacles next to the Hermit is an energy of, let's say, bunkering down, of hanging on, of being in the fear of the loss. And it's usually a fear because there is an element of destabilization here that's at stake right now. That could be because there could be money that's lost, or stability and security if this is in love and relationships for you, or if there might be assets that are split. I feel that in some way it affects that environment for you, and that is why there's been this, oh my goodness, I better hold on tight, I better not let go. But I also feel this coming, and I'm feeling a bit of a loss as to what to do. And then we see the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups is mourning the loss of the dream that you once had in this situation. So I think either way, Leo, you know that the situation has not delivered what you had hoped. The Three of Cups for me is also, of course, linked to the Three of Cups, which is about joy and happiness and celebrating the outcome, or a happy outcome of a situation. But it's also the number of the Empress, as in at one point you manifested the situation, you probably invested in it, you put your energy into it, but it hasn't resulted in the happy outcome that you were hoping for. Now, I think you were hoping that it was going to lead you to the Ten of Cups, Leo, which would have been having maybe enough resources and stability to provide for a family, to live the life that you want, that sort of thing. Or maybe to have that happy relationship, that soulmate relationship that you could actually create a family with. Probably one of those two scenarios. So there's also been, I feel, an element of grieving while you're still in the situation. I mean, many times we can be, in a job, in a relationship, and feeling lonely, right? Feeling like we're on our own, feeling misunderstood, or just feeling like, okay, I need to kind of recluse into myself. I'm reflecting on why this hasn't worked. So I feel there's some pre-grieving for what's to come. Now, the other thing that can happen here is that we stagnate in this pattern. We stagnate in this place. With the Hermit energy, it's like, well, if I'm not sure what action to take, and I can't figure out how it got to this place and how to fix it, then I'll just stay disconnected. I'll just stay in the state. And that, of course, can lead to depression. We see two heavily cloaked figures here, and that black cloak can be the sadness that you wear. And then, of course, as soon as we're in that energy, the energy field, your own personal energy field is diminishing, is shutting down, is contracting, and then that affects other life areas. You'll find that opportunities are contracted and shut down. There's not those happy, beautiful times with friends, and we start living an even smaller, more lonely existence. So we have a fiery climax approaches card here, and this is the Aries full moon card in the Moonology deck, and it is about things coming to a head, because it feels like there needs to be some kind of action here, some kind of intervention to, at least, we can't stay in the stage forever, so something's got to give here is what I'm feeling, okay? A fiery climax approaches. So either the universe is going to step in and create a situation or circumstance to change things up, to get things moving, to adjust things, or it could be the other party that you were dealing with, whether it's a partner or an organization. There could be something happen that is the fuel for your fire, that gives you the catalyst to move on and move forward. Because ultimately, with the Chariot here and the Six of Swords, I think that, Leo, you're looking at a forward movement. You're looking at moving away from it either this month, or this is the month that that seed is planted. The Chariot is a victory card, and it's a victory card, or a victory that comes in through having the strength, courage, and determination to leave behind what has become a comfort zone on one hand, but has also become the constriction, the small space that we exist in. So there's an element of stepping into the unknown, of going beyond, of making a clear decision and moving on. Even though we may not know where we're heading to, we know that the energy feels better. And that's pretty much what I see in the initiation card here. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. We see a dark cave, and then this kind of beautiful, colourful vista through there. So at the moment, you've been in the dark cave. That's the Hermit in his cave, right? Disconnected, a little bit stuck, but there's a path out of this. There's a path out of this to sunnier times. And I often say it's the fool's journey that's required with this energy, because we can't see what's through there. Yes, there'll be more challenges in the future. There always is, because that's the learning mechanism the universe brings to us. However, what we can see is that it's in Technicolor. It's the life is back in it. That's where the life force comes in. Now, at the moment, you're on the threshold, right? There's a threshold to be crossed, and that threshold involves a tower. I feel like the tower is right between those worlds for you. And the tower, as I mentioned, can be a circumstance or situation that is literally going to shake this up. It shakes it up when you won't shake it up yourself. Now, it could have something to do with the Seven of Swords, Leo, and the Seven of Swords can be a situation where there is a deception or a betrayal, or somebody acting with an agenda or taking from you. It can be where things kind of come to light, truths come to light, people are exposed, intentions are exposed. So there could be something like that, or that may be how you feel in the situation through not having taken action for what I feel is some time. This is a house of cards. It's not on a firm foundation, because in some way it's actually not in alignment for you. Why? Because it didn't produce the dream that you went into this with. Now, you're still hoping, dreaming, and wishing and wondering, why. But the question is, how long will you stay in that place for, Leo? Because you could be spending your time and energy getting into your chariot and going and finding that in a place that truly would deliver. This is not a time to sell out on that hope. This is a time to fire up and have the courage to move forward. It says, let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. And we see the steps that are shown is coming out of this darkness into the light, right? Coming out, having the discussion, crossing the line, talking about dismantling the tower and doing the work, Eight of Pentacles, to carve out this new direction here. Now, on the other side of your reading, Leo, we've got the King of Wands, which happens to be your minor arcana. And this really says to me that you need to really embody the king of your suit to navigate the situation. Now, the King of Wands is, full fire energy. It is king energy. So no matter what gender you identify with, this is about you stepping into maturity, authority, and leadership of your life. So not hanging in the shadows, not just holding on and not taking action, but what are we going to do here? Let's either do the work of transformation, or let's let this tower fall, right? Because we can't keep patching it up and staying in the cycle, because it's causing a pattern of grief here. So the King of Wands, stepping into that maturity, but the King of Wands is an energy of the visionary, right? Now, you had this vision for your life. You entered a situation, relationship, job, whatever it is for you, and it hasn't paid that. It hasn't paid that to you. So, the hindsight is the foresight. If we keep the same formula, we will stay in the same position unless there is change. Adjustments are required, okay? Now, but everyone needs to be on board with that, and if they're not, then we need to pull down the tower so that you can honor this vision for your life. And the Leo energy, is the energy of strength. It is the energy of, having the backbone to follow the heart, because you rule the spine and the heart, Leo. So it's time for you to honor yourself and move towards that vision, because there is a level of, we've got the expansiveness card here, Leo, and I think that your growth is in some way a little bit stalled here. Now, that doesn't mean to say that it will stay that way. I actually feel that there will be a quantum leap of growth and expansion beyond this situation. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So you may be feeling rigid and constrained. You may be feeling pretty exhausted here, Leo, that you've exhausted your options, that you're literally at the end of the road, and the only option here is to cross that threshold into new territory, into the unknown. The Page of Swords and the Six of Swords is really the initiation of that journey. The Page of Swords is the winds of change. It is the beginnings of change, and it starts with a conversation. So the Page of Swords could be that communication, that conversation that you are needing to have, because you may have heard me say before that our words are the spells that we cast, because as soon as we speak that into the reality, right? I'm moving on. You know, we haven't achieved our vision here. We can't stall for ages. I'm not getting to where I want in this job or this career. I've been working so hard. I'm not getting the rewards or the recognition. Whatever it is for you, once you speak that, it becomes real, and then the universe starts to work with you to organize that, to have you actually physically following through. So I've got the Six of Swords, which is it's another rite of passage energy. It's the necessary rite of passage, because the only way to get out of this kind of high emotional roller coaster, or the, you know, the disconnect, right, with the depressions, the opposite end of the high emotions is the feeling nothing, right? It's the numbing out, which is also a place that there's no life force moving, there's no new opportunity coming in. Then it feels like we need to move on with a heavy heart, yes, but the promise is moving into more peaceful times, times of harmony, times of smoother sailing, times where we have a shot at going towards the Ten of Cups. Or in my opinion, this is a necessary rite of passage to the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups stands for, what is your version, Leo, of living your best life, your blessed best life? Is it, you know, creating a beautiful family in whatever way at this stage of your life? You can do that. It might be the extended family, it might be with pets, it might be having your first child, it might be retirement, right? This pathway here, this job was not going to give me what I needed to be able to retire when I want. It could be I want to, you know, like live somewhere beautiful and have enough resources, that sort of thing. So I feel that the way to get there is through this necessary rite of passage, okay? I've got protection, call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. So this feels like there needs to be a severing of ties. This is not like, okay, well, let's leave it open and let's see what happens. You might even be dealing with someone with a Seven of Swords who is gaining more out of this than you. Therefore, they will want to keep you there or rein you back in. So this is like, no, you know, I need to do what's right for me. I'm in my power. This doesn't align with my vision. I'm getting in my chariot. So it feels like you might need to protect your energy or protect yourself emotionally from an energy that might want to keep you in the situation. It's going to take real courage. It really is. But just think back, Leo, to this energy here and how that isn't conducive of happiness, and that what a sacrifice, what a sabotage that is on your future plan. And if not now, then when, you know? And obviously sometimes there are situations where we can't take action. I am aware of that, like when there's children involved. Like some of you that I've done readings for have like disabled children or other circumstances like caring for family, and you can't make these big moves. But what can you do? What can you do then to have a plan beyond that, or to take some kind of steps towards cultivating, you know, a sense of joy and happiness in your life to at least alleviate the energy that I'm feeling here? So I will leave you with that, Leo. If this is where we part ways, I hope you enjoyed the reading and it gave you some insight and clarity into the situation. If you would like to go deeper into the message, Leo, the first link down below will take you to the extended version of your August tarot reading. Either way, drop me a comment. I'd love to know how this is playing out for you. And keeping in mind though, it's a general reading for the collective. It won't, and isn't meant to resonate every time. Please hit subscribe. It supports my channel. It's a pretty hard game here on YouTube, and it is pretty much entirely engagement based, the algorithm. So these actions make a huge difference if you do want to continue to receive the readings. I'm wishing you much love and magic, Leo. Do take care. Bye for now.